My name is Lauren Zinzer and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do I have to credential myself every time I make one of these? I'm going to be so for real right now. To save everybody the time and the heartache and the struggle, just go to my first YouTube video if you need to see my credentials, if you for whatever reason don't trust me. But for this one, we're gonna dive right in. This video is another Q&A style. I gathered these inquiries from all of you on my Instagram. I have divided this video of the inquiries into 2 segments. I was able to do this because shockingly, all the inquiries I got fell into one of 2 categories. I'm gonna put on the screen here where to go for each segment. First one is navigating friendships. Second segment is navigating romantic relationships. So if you want to fast forward to a certain segment, I have it right here. Let's dive into it. As always, if you are a girl between the ages of 17 to 25, this video was made for you. So tune in. First one in the navigating friendships segment. All right, jealous friends within a friend group. How to distance/cut without losing the rest. This one is so freaking challenging. I've experienced this one before for sure. I'm going to be so real. I love the concept of having a girl group, a giant friend group of girls. I enjoy having that. It means so much to me. It's so fulfilling. It's so fun being an extroverted person. I love it. You do fall victim of this crisis and you do put yourself at risk of this scenario mentioned here. One side of this is your true friends will always stick with you. So even if you remain true to yourself and you say, well, I don't feel safe around this person, I don't like this person does not add value to my life, I don't want them in my circle, your true friends and true people will stick by your side no matter what. Now, I also understand, and I have been that person where your friends who will stick by your side no matter what might choose to still be friends with this person who you don't get the best energy from. And when you're in that scenario, don't take that as them taking sides. Honestly, you have to be okay with that and respect that because they just might not have the same animosity towards that person that you do. That's really hard. That's really challenging. We are always going to have to face and encounter people who are maybe hard to work with, hard to be around. When you get into the corporate world and your big girl job, I'm not saying everybody does corporate, but being an adult and being a young professional, you will have to work and be around people who are hard to work with, who are difficult to work with, who are not good for your mental health, and you have to learn how to navigate it. Now, in this scenario, you have a friend group and you do have a jealous friend, which I've been there. I think we've all been there. It sucks. I would say distance yourself in a way where obviously you don't hang out with that person one-on-one. Obviously, you don't hang out with that person in an intimate gathering. Maybe it's only a couple people of the group. I would avoid those gatherings. But you will have the inevitable where the whole group comes together for maybe a big event. Maybe you're all choosing to go to a concert together. I don't know, an example. That is a moment that will teach you a life skill of how to work with people who are hard to work with, how to be around people who are not good for your mental health, because you will have instances in your life where you have to navigate that. So when you're in those bigger dynamics, bigger group settings, take that as a learning experience, take that as a challenge, a self-development challenge, and it will be character building. I don't think you need to cut off the whole friend group because there's somebody who is secretly preying on your downfall, nor would I want you to do that, is what I'm trying to say. Nor would you want to do that. I'm sorry, it's a really hard situation to navigate. I wish I had more intel on this, but that's my 2 cents. I love you so much. Next question. What to do when town people want to be friends with you just because you're in the city? I've experienced this multiple times because I've always been a city girl and I'm always living in the city. Honestly, for me, I've experienced it in my past to degrees where I shockingly didn't really care because I really enjoyed hanging out with those people, even if they might have sort of been using me for my prime location. I don't know, like they were fun to party with, so I was chill with it. If somebody is using you for your crib in the city and they live in the town and you're already clocking this, just don't invite them over. Like, set that boundary. Just be like, sorry, I'm not chilling with you. Simple as that, right? Like, clock it. You already clocked it. So it's like, oh, no. Or call them out on it. I love confrontation. I think confrontation's healthy. I would tell them, I'd be like, I can tell that you're just using me for my crib in the city. Like, I would call them out on it. That'll probably, be healing for you. I just think it's so healthy to get things out in the open and have those discussions. So I would do that. I wouldn't invite them over. I wouldn't let them over. But if you were in the situation that I was in, yeah, I had people I was like, they're probably using me for my crib in the city, but they're really fun to hang out with and I feel good and I have a good time with them. So I'm cool with that. And at the end of the day, it's your place and it's on your terms anyway. So if you're ever not cool with it, just kick them out. Next topic in friendship segment. Friendships are so hard these days. I just feel like it's better to have none. It's always me. I've gotten so used to being left out. I am the one who creates drama simply because I defend myself and call those people out when I'm being left out. First of all, I'm sorry that you're going through this. I know how you feel like it's always you, but it's not always you. I don't know your full situation, so I don't want to be incredibly assumptive right now. From this inquiry, though, I personally feel like you could walk away from this group of people and this group of friends. Now, I understand what you all are thinking. Lauren, that sounds unrealistic. Lauren, that sounds scary. If it makes you feel any better, I can say this because I have done that multiple times in my life. In middle school, I walked away from my only friend group because those girls were mean to me. And I was new to that school. I just moved to the Carolinas. So I had nobody else to really lean on. And I decided, well, you know what? These girls aren't nice to me. I'll just have no friends for the time being. You know what ended up happening? I made space to make other friends, and I ended up having other friends. Sometimes in life, y'all, you will go through periods where you feel like a loner. You feel like you don't have any friends because you had to make that decision to remove yourself from a group of people who were not serving you. That feeling of being alone and being a loner and feeling like you don't have friends is only temporary. You are right where you need to be. And if you feel comfortable, I would make the space, be alone, and the right people are about to enter your life. I feel it for you, baby. Next, friendship inquiry. And this is the last friendship topic because I'm pivoting into navigating romantic relationships because this one is sort of a combo. I'm preparing for an exam and already doing post-grad in biotech. Slay. Sometimes it is too much. So hard to balance everything out. All my colleagues are in relationships right now, but I'm pushing that away because career first. I have to get that degree, clear exams, get the bag. Then I can think about boys. This one wasn't really a question, but like it was sharing an experience. And obviously, I think my little girly pop here just wants my 2 cents on this because she decided to share this. Thank you so much for sharing. This is awesome. I resonate with this. I was this girl in undergrad. I didn't do post-grad. You're slaying. Good for you for everything you're doing right now with biotech, being in post-grad. That's awesome. It is hard to balance everything. It is. Your mindset is completely correct to be so locked in, so laser focused on your career, on your schooling that I'm sure costs a lot of money. That's awesome. I've always been that girl. I will say there's no harm in making space though to let something come in, to let romance hit you. I just want to say, let yourself be open because you can do all those things and have romance for sure. But when you mention all your colleagues are in relationships, I've been in that situation too. It sounds like maybe there's a little bit of pressure. Like they all are probably always talking about their boyfriends or their girlfriends or whatever, their partners, right? And you're like, I'm so laser focused, and I get the weird pressure. You're like single, and they kind of treat you different, or you feel like maybe some anxiety, like, okay, like, should I be focused on that? But I care a lot. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. This is gonna be a hot take, and this is my YouTube, so, and disclaimer to people watching, this is my YouTube. So I can say what I want. People who are in relationships, especially when you're going through something like post-grad or you're like building a business or something, let's all be real. They're a comfort zone. They keep people so incredibly comfortable. Being in a relationship, yes, like, I get it. You can grow. Again, this is my YouTube. I can say whatever I want. It's the honest truth. It's so comfortable. So, honestly, you could be excelling even further because you're not letting any distractions hit you. Again, you can be open for romance, but you have a girl boss mindset. I also know a lot of people who had boyfriends during grad school, and those relationships ended horribly, and it can be a energy sucker, and it can affect your schooling. Not always, guys, chill out. But I'm just saying, relationships keep you comfortable. So you deciding not to be in one just shows me that you are going to excel probably faster than any of your colleagues. Hot take! You didn't come here for fluff. You came here for the realness. All right, let's pivot into navigating romantic relationships / dating inquiries. If you thought that was a hot take, wait for the rest of this video. First one, in the navigating relationship. This is a great story. Thank you so much to the cutie pie queenie pop lover baby who sent this. There's a guy who wants to date me and I like him, but I'm going to college very soon. What do I do? I thought we could just have fun and hang out, but he's getting attached and I really like him as well. But I'm scared what will happen after these 3 months because long distance rarely ever works, and I don't think I want to do any long distance relationship my first year of college. I love this inquiry because I feel like so many of my listeners could possibly be going through this to some capacity. I want to say, go for it. I get it. You don't want to do long distance. I didn't do that either. I broke up with my high school boyfriend, and we only started dating like right at the like springtime of senior year of high school. Went to prom together, dated through summer. We broke up when we got to college. I'm not going to lie to you. It hurt. It hurt. And him and I were in mutual agreement that we were going to do that because I was going to college in Chicago and he was going to college in North Carolina. And we both were 18. And it's not that we had trust issues, but let's be realistic. We need to just live in the moment and not be thinking about this person who's halfway across America. We were strategic. Did it hurt? Did I cry? Yes. Yeah, and I was upset for a couple months. Do I regret dating him? Not at all. Not at all. Because the memories, the experiences, the connection, what I learned is so valuable, irreplaceable. I would do it again if I was 18. I would do it again, even knowing that we're just going to break up in 6 months anyway. You realize nothing is promised in this life. Almost everything comes to an end. Obviously, we want everything to end in marriage, right? But I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but guys, marriages can come to an end. So, are we going to live our lives in fear and not just I know with yours there's a time constraint, and that does make it looming, but I would try your hardest to just enjoy it. Enjoy having a boyfriend for the summer. Enjoy maybe going to prom together. I also want to be an optimist here. maybe through this experience in dating him up until school comes around, I mean, you will have spent probably over 6 months together, and then it hit school. Maybe you developed a connection so strong that you even shock yourself and you decide, I can do this. I could do long distance for him, and he would feel the same. I don't want you to get in the way of possibly meeting your person. You never know. Perspectives can change. And I personally think you guys have a long time until college starts. Please, please, please go for this one. Like, I really want you to go for it. He sounds like a good guy. It sounds like you guys connect really well. Like, just feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay, let's go to the next one. When to know it's time to break up and end it with a guy. Okay, crazy segue, but we're gonna, here we are. There's multiple different signs. You probably start looking at other guys and finding other guys attractive. That's kind of sometimes step one. You don't feel any compassion towards him, and the fights grow more and more. But really, I think you know it's time to end it. I just realized I didn't use my microphone for this whole video. That kind of sucks. Okay, anyway, sorry. You will know when to end it because you will easily be able to walk away. And honestly, I am a firm advocate of just stay in the relationship until you're 100% that you've already grieved it and you can walk away. I am an advocate for grieve the relationship while you're in it, and then walk away when you're like, yeah, I've already grieved this. That's probably not healthy, but like, do it. Do it. Grieve the relationship while you're in it, and then leave, and you're okay. That was on him for acting up and acting wrong. Next question. How to stop getting interested in every guy who makes eye contact or anything else, like talking, flirting, etc. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. It's just funny how you wrote it. I literally love this. I think the hormones are going crazy. I'm just kidding. I think you can enjoy it though. Like, I think you enjoy the flirting, the happiness, the love, the attention. I think you're fine in enjoying it. I think to stop yourself from getting like invested and interested is you have to remind yourself you don't know this person. You don't know what they're truly like. That came for me with age. When I was younger, I would fall in love quickly, but you don't have enough information. You're probably in love with the idea of him. Guys, Ariana's song, Look at You, Boy, I Invented You. Gucci tennis shoes, running from your issues. Like, that's what it's going on. It's like, boy, look at you, I invented you. Like, yeah, he's probably like super cute. And you're like, oh my God, and then you start crafting up those like images in your head. You're like, oh my gosh, he does this. He knows how to build things, and he's strong, and he's successful. No, he's not. He doesn't even know how to mount a TV. Okay? Like, I'm just kidding. I don't know why that's where my brain went. I think in that moment, like seriously, I like still enjoy yourself. Like, I can tell you're like a young girly pop. Like, still enjoy it. Don't feel guilty for like enjoying that and having fun with that. I think just to hold yourself back from getting fully invested, remind yourself, I don't know him. I don't know this person. I'm making up a concept of him in my head, and listening to Ariana's song. I just, what is it called? But it's The Boy I Invented You. Maybe that's just what it's called. It's so good. Okay, next question. I grew up in religion. I'm not a part of it anymore, but I'm scared because in our generation, there is a pressure to hook up. Major hookup culture. I want to get married young. How do I navigate dating in this generation when I do not want to partake in hookup culture? I resonate with you so fully because I have never supported hookup culture. And in my youth, I feel like I was surrounded by people who did, and it was a norm for them, and it was cool, and I always felt like an outsider. Now as I've gotten older, I'm surrounded by a bunch of like-minded friends who don't partake. Do not partake. I personally do not think it's good for the mental, spiritual, physical wellness of your soul, mind, and body. Again, this is my YouTube. I can say whatever I want. I'm not judging when I say this. I personally would not partake. You are on the right track. Do not succumb to that. If anything, this is going to weed out the bad guys way sooner than you think. It's going to feel like, why am I not finding my person? Maybe I should succumb to this. It's not. You are saving yourself a lot of heartbreak. You are saving yourself a lot of turmoil. So stay true to yourself. If anything, I think you have the most impeccable mindset, and actually you will find your person sooner than you think because you do not do hookup culture. And it will be very obvious to find your right guy because he will respect that entirely. And I think that will lead to you marrying young. You got this, girl. You have a good head on your shoulders, girl. Wow, I feel like I really blew through this advice segment faster. So those are my two different segments. I have one more inquiry that didn't fit any of this. It's its own niche. And I wanted to end with this one off-topic advice, but it's juicy. Advice when you're really passionate about something, but your mum isn't supportive, makes me want to give up. Sorry. It's just like, this person put mum, and I have to read it verbatim. Thank you so much for putting the mum. Mwah. Oh, kisses, darling. I've experienced this, and I'm not like shading my mom by any means. I think I want to be generic with saying I experienced this. I've experienced this with family not supporting in some capacity, maybe, right? Or just really close friends and people in life. Don't let it hinder you. I've gone through that a lot in my life, not getting the support from people that I really value their opinion and their support. And I'm really excited about a project I'm working on, an avenue I want to take, a goal that I have. If you are really passionate about something, please follow it. Dreams live in your heart for a reason. Please follow it. If you don't have that support system that you wish you had, I am so sorry. And I want to say right now, please DM me directly about this so I can be your support system. Because that I am. And I hope you DM me directly because I want to know what this thing is that you're passionate about. I am your support system. And there are other people you can find in your life who will be your support system. In this scenario, I want you to lean on friends. In this scenario, if you're close with a teacher, with a professor, I want you to share this struggle you're having with maybe your favorite professor, and I bet you they will support you. I'm so serious. I think there's probably another adult figure in your life who will support you. There are so many stories of how a support system makes or breaks a person's success. I want to talk about Emma Chamberlain real quick because her dad supported her immensely when Emma didn't see her content creation as something that was going to come to fruition. I watched a video on this recently, and her dad saw her when she didn't see herself. And I saw this in a video recently on like YouTube or something, and people in the comments were saying this is an example of how a support system can make or break a person. Imagine if Emma didn't have her dad to cheer her on. And it's true. I'm not saying this to deter you. I'm saying this because when I read that comment, I thought, but why don't we say F it? A lot of people don't have that. there's no reason that just because you don't have a support system from your family that you shouldn't still go for it. If anything, I want this to fuel you, and I want you to prove her wrong. That's how my brain operates, y'all. When somebody, I don't care if they're family, I don't care how close they are, if they don't support me on something and I have a clear vision, it lights a fire under my ass, and I'm like, I'm gonna show you. Because you know what? Then they're gonna come around and support you when you're making millions. Then they're gonna support you when they benefit from it. That's okay. I don't care. In different avenues and aspects of my life. I don't care. I'm like, they're family. I'm gonna love them till the end of the world, right? Like, if this is the case scenario. I'm not talking about my family. I'm not talking about my family. I'm not talking about my family. I'm just saying, like, in this scenario, I think about that. I think about that with things from professional life, from schooling, things of that nature. Yeah, when people don't see my vision, don't support me, I'm like, I'm gonna show you in tenfold. Please take that mindset right now and do not stop. Use this as fire. Use this as fuel. Oh my gosh. Oh my. All right. That was the advice I got. All right, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, I guess. Like, for real. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. If you did, it literally means the world to me. This YouTube is something that is brand new and I am crafting up from ground zero. So your view, just gave you a virtual kiss. Thank you for tuning in. So I think I'm able to do these weekly. I drop them around Friday or at least like the weekend. So like I said, keep up with me on my socials at Blondie Pop on Instagram and TikTok. Check it out. Next video, I don't really have an idea for it yet. I love these Q&As. I will definitely do another Q&A at some point. But I also love having creative freedom. So I kind of want to do something that is super unexpected and might tap into my performing arts and acting background. It'll still be on theme though. Don't worry. But I don't know. I have this weird feeling that I want to do something kind of creative and unique. So I hope you guys will tune into that one. We will do another Q&A at some point, of course. As always, I love you, Pookie Pies.